Hare Krishna, I can't hear anything. Maybe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paripurajaka Sto to Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sham Kunda Radha Nikiti Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Welcome everybody to Srimad Bhagavatam reading with His Holiness Jayādvaita Swami. It is Monday, October 13th, 2025, and today we're starting with 4:22:36. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Gurmash, would you like to begin?
Okay. Parevare Chaye Bhava Unavyati Karadanu Natesham Vidyate Kshemam Isha Vidvang Tashisham. We accept as blessings different states of higher life, distinguishing them from lower states of life. But we should know that such distinctions exist only in relation to the interchange of the modes of material nature. Actually, these states of life have no permanent existence, for all of them will be destroyed by the Supreme Controller. Purport. In our material existence, we accept a higher form of life as a blessing and a lower form as a curse. This distinction of higher and lower only exists as long as the different material qualities, gunas, interact. In other words, by our good activities, we are elevated to the higher planetary systems or to a higher standard of life, good education, beautiful body, etc. These are the results of pious activities. Similarly, by impious activities, we remain illiterate, get ugly bodies, a poor standard of living, etc. But all these different states of life are under the laws of material nature through the interaction of the qualities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. However, all these qualities will cease to act at the time of the dissolution of the entire cosmic manifestation. The Lord therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma bhuvanaloka punar avartinurjana mamupecha tu kaunteya punar janma navidyate. Even though we elevate ourselves to the highest planetary system, by the scientific advancement of knowledge or by the religious principles of life, great sacrifices, and fruitive activities. At the time of dissolution, these higher planetary systems and life on them will be destroyed. In this verse, the words Isha Vidvangshita Shisham indicate that all such blessings will be destroyed by the Supreme Controller. We will not be protected. Our bodies, either in this planet or in another planet, will be destroyed. And again, we will have to remain for millions of years in an unconscious state within the body of Mahavishnu. And again, when the creation is manifested, we have to take birth in different species of life and begin our activities. Therefore, we should not be satisfied simply by a promotion to the higher planetary systems. We should try to get out of the material cosmic manifestation, go to the spiritual world, and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is our highest achievement. We should not be attracted by anything material, higher or lower, but should consider them all on the same level. Our real engagement should be in inquiring about the real purpose of life and rendering devotional service to the Lord. Thus, we will be eternally blessed in our spiritual activities, full of knowledge and bliss. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurin Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Tadati Shapadantikam Vandehang Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamalang Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Pradijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hori Priye Vansha Kolpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindho Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jayādvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pare Pare Chaye Papa Gunavyati Karad Anu Nate Sham Vidyate Kshemam Isha Vidvangshita Sham. This is advice from Sanat Kumar to Maharaj Prithu. Whatever there may be in the material world, may be para or avara, it may be in a higher situation or a lower situation. It may be the heavenly planets, it may be hellish planets, it may be advancement to a higher state of material life or demotion to a lower stage. But they're all gunavyatikarat. Gunavyatikarat means created by agitation of the modes of material nature. Gunavyatikarat. The modes of nature are stirred up, and as described in the Bhagavad Gita, sometimes goodness is more prominent, sometimes passion, sometimes ignorance. And accordingly, we have higher and lower stages. But Isha Vidvangshita Ashisham. Ashisha means blessings. And of course, we take all of these, let me back up. All of these are blessings. We're blessed with higher circumstances or lower circumstances according to our desires and according to the results of our past activities. But when we're promoted to the higher situation, we consider it a blessing. When we're demoted, we consider it a curse. But all of these situations are Isha Vidvangshita. They're subject to destruction by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. Dvamshita means destroyed, and vidvamshita means thoroughly destroyed, broken to bits. Vidvamshita, Isha Vidvamshita. By the arrangement of the Supreme Lord or the personal intervention of the Supreme Lord, either way. Finally, due to Isha, due to the Supreme Lord, everything will be destroyed. Bhutva bhutva praliyate in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that these universes are all created at a certain time. They remain for millions of years, and then again destroyed. What is that in Bhagavad Gita? Let's see. Yeah.
Praveen Prabhu writes Budva.
Yeah, bhutva bhutva praliyate. Bhuttagrama sevayam bhutva bhutva praliyate. Ratriagame vashaparta prabhavatya haragame. Sahasra yuga paryantam maharyat pramana. So the avyakta advyaktaya sarva prabhavatya haragame. Ratriagame praliyante. Tatra avyakta sangake. Everything is manifest and it stays for some time up to the greatest time, the life of Brahma, greatest material time. But finally, it's all praliyate. It's destroyed. Whatever we've aspired for, whatever we've achieved, will all be lost. Therefore, Narad Muni says, Tasyaiva heto prayateta kopita. Nalabhyate yad pramatam uparyata. That one should try to achieve that purpose, which can't be achieved even if one goes up to the highest planet in the universe, up to the Brahmaloka. Or if one goes down to the lower planets, Upari and Adaha, from top to bottom. A person who is intelligent, Kovida, shouldn't endeavor for any of these things. Brahmatam, one wanders from here to there, looking for happiness. But talabhyate dukkhavadanyata sukham. Kalena sarvatra kabira ankasa. Whatever one, now let me think just where I was. Anyway, the intelligent person shouldn't endeavor for anything which may appear in this material world. He should be intelligent enough that he seeks out the personality of Godhead. That should be his business. Yes. The happiness will come in due course of time, just as misery comes in due course of time. But Isha Vidvangshita, whichever it is, the happiness or the miseries, generally we're trying to escape miseries and obtain happiness, but they're all destroyed. They're all interactions of the modes of nature. And therefore, from that point of view, Sanat Kumar indicates, don't take them very seriously. Don't make it your business just to escape miseries or obtain happiness. Miseries will be destroyed in due course, and the happiness will be destroyed in due course. So just try for that purpose, which can't be achieved anywhere in the material world. See if there's something else so far. Yeah, Prabhupada quotes, Abrahma Bhuvanaloka Punarvartinam. Everything will be finished in this material world, but if one obtains the abode of Krishna, Mamupecha Tukontya Punarjanma Na Vidyate. Our bodies will be destroyed. Planets will be destroyed, our bodies will be destroyed. Therefore, there's no point of trying to get a higher situation, either by pious activities or by science. Prabhupada offers these two ways of achieving benedictions or advancement. But either way, if you want to go to the higher planets, whether you go by space vehicle or you go by pious activities, you're going someplace that's going to be finished. Regulated human civilization promotes dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. In human society, there must be religion. Without religion, human society is only animal society. Economic development and sense gratification must be based on religious principles. When religion, economic development, and sense gratification are adjusted, liberation, that means they're in their proper proportion or proper place. Liberation from this material birth, death, old age, and disease is assured. In the present age of Kali, however, there's no question of religion and liberation. People have taken interest only in economic development and sense gratification. Therefore, despite sufficient economic development all over the world, dealings in human society have become almost animalistic. When everything becomes grossly animalistic, dissolution takes place. This dissolution is to be accepted as Isha Vidvangshita Shisham. The Lord's so-called blessings of economic development and sense gratification will be conclusively dissolved by destruction. At the end of this Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as the incarnation of Kalki, and his only business will be to kill all human beings on the surface of the globe. After that killing, another golden age will begin. We should therefore know that our material activities are just like childish play. Children may play on the beach, and the father will sit and watch this childish play, the construction of buildings with sand, the construction of walls, and so many things. But finally, the father will ask the children to come home. Then everything is destroyed. Persons who are too much addicted to the childish activities of economic development and sense gratification are sometimes especially favored by the Lord when he destroys their construction of these things. So here's the depiction of modern civilization. It's all economic development and sense gratification, but with no basis in dharma or religious activities or prescribed duties. Everything's just done willy-nilly for sense gratification. And therefore, Prabhupada notes there's advancement in material opulence, material machines, and so on, but people are like animals. The animals are simply after sense gratification. That's their business. They have no other interest. The animals aren't interested in liberation or religious life. They're interested in immediate sense gratification. And when human life is deprived of dharma, then that becomes civilization, just animalistic behavior, somehow or other gratify those senses. Otherwise, when things are in the proper order, and there's religious activities undertaken for the sake of material profit, advancement, and then there's sense gratification, but then finally there's liberation. There's something more to human life than the enjoyment of the senses. But without that, sense gratification becomes the goal of life. What is that? Kamopabhoga parama etavid iti nishchita. This is demonic life. To think that the highest goal is simply sense enjoyment. There's nothing higher than this. This is our business. This is our standard. If you're advanced materially, then you're advanced. And religious life just becomes some needless rituals and superstitions. Anyway, by materialistic endeavor, we may be blessed with sense gratification, but the higher blessing is that the Lord comes and takes everything away. Isha vidvamshita shisham. And Prabhupada particularly mentions that at the end of this age, Kali Yuga, the Lord comes as Kalki and destroys everyone and destroys everyone, kills everyone. and destroys their whatever they've constructed. Prabhupada compares their advancement to the creation of sand castles and the like. The children play, but it's all destroyed. It is said by the Lord, Yasyaham anugranami harishe tadhanam shanaihi. The Lord told Yudhishthira Maharaj that his special favor is shown to his devotee when he takes away all the devotee's material opulences. Generally, therefore, it is experienced that Vaishnavas are not very opulent in the material sense. When a Vaishnava, pure devotee, tries to be materially opulent and at the same time desires to serve the Supreme Lord, his devotional service is checked. The Lord, in order to show him a special favor, destroys his so-called economic development and material opulences. Thus, the devotee, being frustrated in his repeated attempts at economic development, ultimately takes solid shelter under the lotus feet of the Lord. This kind of action may also be accepted as Isha Vidvamshita Shishan, whereby the Lord destroys one's material opulences, but enriches one in spiritual understanding. Prabhupada often cited this set of circumstances as being what he experienced in his own life, that he was meant to be materially prosperous. He was doing well in business affairs and economic development, but Krishna smashed everything. So Prabhupada, we can say from realization, gives this analysis, or this gives this depiction that the Lord, the devotee, the pure devotee, tries to advance economically, but Krishna says, no, this is going to check your spiritual progress, and so I'm going to smash it all. And you can build it up again, but I'll smash it again. And finally, you'll give up all that and take solid shelter, Prabhupada says, of the Lord's lotus feet. So this is also Vidvamshita Ashisha, the blessing by which the Lord smashes to bits one's material life so that one can be spiritually blessed. In the course of our preaching work, we sometimes see that materialistic persons come to us and offer their obeisances to take blessings, which means they want more and more material opulences. I experienced that just the other day. I was at some program, and one Indian gentleman wanted to touch my feet and ask blessings. And he was very forthright. The blessings he wanted were that he would be successful in his business. You're a saintly person, so if I get your blessings, then my business will be successful. This is their idea. Business obeisances to take blessings for more and more material opulences. If such material opulences are checked, such persons are no longer interested in offering obeisances to the devotees. Such materialistic persons are always concerned about their economic development. They offer obeisances to saintly persons or the Supreme Lord and give something in charity for preaching work, with a view that they will be rewarded with further economic development. This is really the the situation. As devotees may sometimes lose touch with this, sort of be so far removed from it that they forget that this is the materialistic way of life. It's all, where is money? Where is money? It would certainly maybe, where is money? Where is money? Where is money? And if a saintly person, by his blessings, will help us succeed, then we're looking for his blessings. If God will help us, we'll look for his blessings. If science will help us, we'll look for blessings there. Whatever it is, economic development becomes the whole most crucial business, getting money, getting money. That even becomes the point of economic, of meeting a saintly person. Dhruva Maharaj typifies that. He met Narad Muni, but his goal was, how can I get a kingdom? How can I get a kingdom? Of course, later he was purified, but people are intent on this. Yes, Rasananda, you have a hand up.
There's something, yeah, but there's something in the chat I'll say first. Nehayat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate na tirta pada sevaya jivan api mrito isha. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose ritualistic performances do not raise him to renunciation, and anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be considered dead, although he is breathing.
Jivan api mitopisa. Yes, he's dead, although breathing, because his dharma doesn't lead to his work doesn't lead him to religious life, or his religious life doesn't lead him to ultimately to detachment and Krishna consciousness. Natirtapada sevaya. Yes, good quotation. Everything else will be destroyed. So economic development, but when one is sincere in his devotional service, the Lord obliges the devotee to give up his material development and completely surrender to him. Because the Lord does not give blessings of material opulence to his devotee. People are afraid of worshiping Lord Vishnu because they see that the Vaishnavas, who are worshippers of Lord Vishnu, are poor in superficial material opulences. Such materialistic persons, however, get immense opportunity for economic development by worshiping Lord Shiva, for Lord Shiva is the husband of the goddess Durga, the proprietor of this universe. By the grace of Lord Shiva, a devotee gets the opportunity to be blessed by the goddess Durga. Ravan, for example, was a great worshipper and devotee of Lord Shiva, and in return, he got all the blessings of goddess Durga, so much so that his whole kingdom was constructed of golden buildings. In Brazil, in this present age, huge quantities of gold have been found, and from historical references, in Brazil, and from historical references in the Puranas, we can guess safely that this was Ravana's kingdom. This kingdom was, however, destroyed by Lord Ramchandra. This is a whole discussion between Yudhisthira Maharaj and Lord Krishna, that the devotees are worshipping Lord Vishnu, the husband of the goddess of fortune, but they're generally very poor. Whereas the devotee, Lord Shiva, doesn't even have a tree to live under, but his devotees are very opulent. So this is the situation, that the devotees of Lord Shiva may become opulent by the blessings of Durga, the illusory energy. Because Lord Shiva gives freely without consideration. But Lord Vishnu considers the welfare of the devotees, so he may withhold material opulences, and therefore the materialistic devotees prefer to go to Lord Shiva, more reliable for material benedictions. Lord Vishnu may take away our material opulence, so better not to worship him. That's how they think. Saraswati is there with the hand.
Saraswati Mashri, can you take the chat from now on?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Pranams Param Pujya Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas. Just a technical question, because I was under the impression that Ravana's kingdom was Sri Lanka, and that bridge that was built went straight from Rameshwar straight to Lanka over the Indian Ocean. I know Srila Prabhupada talks about Brazil. It's just a technical question. I'm not sure if you know anything.
Yeah, there are various discussions about where Lanka was located. The generally accepted view is that it's located at what we now call Sri Lanka. In Prabhupada's time, it was Ceylon. Now again, it's Sri Lanka. But here Prabhupada says Brazil, or other places Prabhupada indicated that the gold came from Brazil, that Ravana's kingdom may have been in Sri Lanka, but gold was imported from Brazil, and he sometimes gives a view that there may have been an underground tunnel connecting the two places. But one way or another, just as in more modern times, gold has been collected from South Africa. So Brazil could have been. Okay. Wherever he got the gold, it was all destroyed. And wherever his kingdom was, it was destroyed. By studying such incidents, we can understand the full meaning of Isha Vidvangshita Shisham. Prabhupada is in this purport analyzed or read Isha Vidvamshita in different ways. So here's, you can say, the final way he's giving it, not final in the sense of the only way, but the last that he's listing is that the Lord may tear to bits the material opulence of the devotee to favor the devotee. The Lord does not bestow material blessings upon the devotees, for they may be entrapped again in this material world by continuous birth, death, old age, and disease. Due to materialistic opulences, persons like Ravana become puffed up for sense gratification. Ravana even dared kidnap Sita, who was both the wife of Lord Ramchandra and the goddess of fortune, thinking that he would be able to enjoy the pleasure potency of the Lord. But actually, by such action, Ravana became vidvangshita, or ruined. At the present moment, human civilization is too much attached to economic development and sense gratification, and is therefore nearing the path of ruination. So this is another way of vidvamshita. Everything will be lost. You build up a civilization built on gratification of the senses, it's sure to be lost. It can't, and we see that. Ravana's empire was one, but there was the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, the Portuguese Empire, Spanish Empire, German Empire. Now there's the American Empire. British Empire is gone. All of these empires, they're all reduced to nothing. What is the point then? Developing this imperial power when it's all meant to be finished. And what is the use of being the head of such an imperial power or a great man in this imperial setup? It will all be destroyed like castles in the sand. And the other meaning is that, so one way is that when Krishna smashes you, whoever you are, even if he smashes your civilization, that's his blessing. And when he smashes the material opulences of a devotee, that's also his blessing. Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, we have a question in the chat box from Venkatesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Maharaj, though it is said that devotees of Krishna should only seek spiritual goals, we see that practicing devotees are affected when their material, financial, or relationships or health deteriorates. Practitioners are mentally disturbed and apparently have difficulty in executing devotional services for a long time. Is it all part of purification for advancement?
Yes. Naturally, when Prabhupada says that Krishna takes away the opulences of the devotee, it's not, it sounds like a simple thing. The devotee builds it up and Krishna smashes it. Good. Now we're set. But that sort of just summarizes what happens, because in there it's understood that devotee is attached to that material opulence, attached to that economic development. This was my service to build up some capital for Krishna's service, or to build a house where we can host devotees or whatever it is. And Krishna smashes it. So then the devotee may be in distress, or it just smashes the devotee's whole material platform. Now what will I do? So it's understood that the devotee, otherwise why is Krishna smashing it? Because there's some material attachment there, there's some material dependency there, there's some material illusion there. So out of kindness, Krishna just wipes the devotee out materially, takes everything away from him. Slowly, he takes it away. The devotee tries to build it up. The Lord takes it away. And then the devotee is disturbed. Hey, you took away my opulence. You took away my money. You took away my post. You maybe the devotee doesn't see it that way. I've lost my money. I've lost my post. I've lost my this. I've lost my that. And he forgets that it's Guna Vyatikara. that it comes just from a combination of the modes of material nature. He takes it very seriously. So when the Lord smashes the devotee, it may be very keenly felt. The devotee is, but finally the devotee just surrenders to the Lord. All right. And I tried to build it up again. I tried to recoup my losses, build up my scene again. And finally the devotee just surrenders. All right. It's pointless. Let me just surrender. That's, yes, how it may be. Something else?
No, Guru Maharaj, but I have a question. It's commented that Ravana's kingdom was completely destroyed, but could we say it's unmanifest now? Because isn't Vibhishan supposed to have replaced Ravana and continued with ruling Lanka?
Yeah, I don't know in terms of the present circumstance what we'd say about it. But first of all, in terms of Ravana's kingdom, it was destroyed because Ravana was destroyed. So when Ravana is destroyed, there's no question of his having a kingdom anymore. You may call it Ravana's kingdom, but Ravana is out of the scene. So in terms of his involvement, it's destroyed. In terms of Vibhishana still being king and how long that lasts and when it's, what happens then, that I can't say.
And Guru Maharaj, can you shed some light on something I'm trying to understand? That whole pastime that took place with Bali Maharaj and how Lord Vishnu took up the expansion of Vamandev, all for the benefit of Lord Indra. He became his brother and took away all the rulership, all the three planetary systems that was under Bali Maharaj. So somewhere it said that the Lord was more merciful to Bali Maharaj rather than Lord Indra, but externally it looks like he was favoring Lord Indra, not so much Bali Maharaj. So how can we understand that that he was more merciful to Bali Maharaj?
When I really favor someone, I smash him materially. Indra didn't get such mercy. He only gets protection of his kingdom. He gets some, protection from the Lord. Jyari Vyakulam Lokam. Ridyanti Yuge. The Lord appears for the sake of protecting the demigods. So they consider themselves fortunate. We get to continue as demigods under the protection of the Lord. We enjoy sense gratification and we have devotional service to do. They consider themselves very blessed. But Bali Maharaj was more blessed. The Lord took everything away from him, which was a higher blessing. Indra still gets to play with the sandcastles, but Bali Maharaj had all the sandcastles smashed. I've told how when I was a child, my friends and I built a little fort in kind of woods or meadow, catty corner to my house. And we really built it up. It was like a wonderful thing. And you could sit there when it rained and you could still be dry and you could stand on top of the fort and survey what was around you. And we were, after we built it, we were refining it. We'd find some old nails and pound them into this part as decoration and put them in that part. And we'd find different things to enhance the whole place. And then one day I came and it had all been smashed. Some envious, I think we know who, but some envious young boys two brothers, although they never admitted it. It seems they were the ones. But anyway, whoever it was, we came and everything was just smashed. It's all there on the ground, ruined. So it was Krishna's mercy. We were enjoying. We had our little palace, our little fort. But it was smashed by Krishna. So sometimes he did that. That was our little childish fort, something a few levels up from sandcastles. But the same fate came to it, that it was smashed. And the same thing may happen with our own homes. We build up a home and estate, and we enhance it, and we add, electric toilets, everything adjusted, and so that your bottom is the right temperature, experiencing the right temperature, and so on. And this is advancement. Expensive car, very opulent home, this, that. Yes, Krishna may allow. By the grace of Krishna, one may be allowed these things. But when Krishna is very kind, he just smashes it all. Then the devotee has to surrender. There's another question in the chat.
No, I don't believe there is. No, Maharaj, we've covered. No.
We covered
Yes, we covered Venkat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Maharaj, while you were talking about how, economic development becomes the prime focus for human beings, all of that asset sort of nourishes their false ego of maintaining status quo. You have to have all this opulence in order to be looked up by those that are beneath you. And also I was sort of reminded of my father. He wanted to go out. He always used to, in his ignorance, say, oh, I want to go out with a big bang. I have this spotless record of always being successful no matter which business I started. And there he was, all of a sudden, everything got wiped out. He couldn't even believe it. He was in such a state of shock. Because this is what he used to tell devotees when they would come. He would say, no, I don't want to retire from my businesses. I want to go out with a big bang, and he was so devastated and shocked. And my mother wasn't, of course. She was internally really happy because she knew he was at an age, well, he should have retired a whole decade ago. And then my father realized that it was all Krishna's mercy. He said, oh, Krishna, it was a silent slap. It wasn't so loud, it was silent, but it was so effective. He knocked such good sense into me, and it was only after that he understood that everything that he was thinking was just all such nonsense. And now Krishna gave him an opportunity. Now he always tells me, when he's always absorbed in reading, chanting, and sometimes I tell him, oh, your work. He's like, no, I have to work 10 times as hard because I joined the party too late, so I have to work so much harder. Anyway, we're at the top of the hour, and I was wondering if Naveen Prabhuji would like to lead the closing kirtan.
Yes, I can. Did you? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Srimad Bhagavatam Supati Prajaka Sto Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Jayādvaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you to all the Vaishnavas for joining this Sangha. Thank you for the closing Kirtan. His Holiness Jayādvaita Maharaj Shri Ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.